please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 4 for the 11:30 Southern service to London Victoria. Calling at Clapham Junction and London Victoria. This train is formed of 4 coaches. Platform 3 for the 11:33 Southern service to Eastbourne and Littlehampton via Hove. Calling at Gatwick Airport and Haywards Heath where the train divides. Passengers for Wiggleston, Lewis, Colgate, Hampton Park and Eastbourne should travel in the rear 4 coaches of the train. Passengers for Preston Park, Hove, Portslade, Shoreham-by-Sea, Worthing, West Worthing, Darrington-on-Sea, Loring-by-Sea, Hanbury and Littlehampton should travel in the front 4 coaches of the train. Platform 3 for the 11:41 Southern service to Brighton. Calling at Gatwick Airport, Haywards Heath, Burgess Hill, Hassocks and Brighton. This train is formed of 8 coaches. Change at Brighton for services to London Road Brighton, Molescombe and Falmouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your own safety, please stand back from the platform edge, and when boarding and alighting trains, please mind the gap between the train and the platform. Thank you.
Platform 3 for the 13:05 Thameslink service to Gatwick Airport. This train is formed of 12 coaches, calling at Flitwick, Harlington, Leagrave, Luton, Luton Airport Parkway, Harpenden, St Albans City, London St Pancras, Farringdon, City Thameslink, London Blackfriars, London Bridge, Norwood Junction, East Croydon, Purley, Redhill, Earlswood, Salfords, Hawley and Gatwick Airport. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. This is a platform alteration. The 13:13 East Midlands trains service to London St Pancras International will now depart from platform 2. Platform 4 for the 12:28 Great Northern service to Moorgate via Hertford North. This train is formed of 6 coaches, calling at Waternett-Stone, Hertford North, Bayford, Cuffley, Cruise Hill, Gordon Hill, Enfield Chase, Grange Park, Winchmore Hill, Palmer's Green, Bowes Park, Alexandra Palace, Hornsey, Haringey, Finsbury Park, Drayton Park, Highbury and Islington, Essex Road, Old Street and Moorgate. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform 3 for the 12:56 London North Eastern Railway service to Leeds. Calling at Grantham, Doncaster, Wakefield Westgate and Leeds. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform 3 for the 13:28 London North Eastern Railway service to York. Calling at Peterborough, Grantham, Newark Northgate, Retford, Doncaster and York. May I have your attention please on platform 4? We are sorry to announce that the 10:01 Thameslink service to Bedford via Luton Airport Parkway has been cancelled. Thameslink apologises for the inconvenience this may cause you. Passengers for London St Pancras International, your next fastest direct service is now expected to be the 10:09 to Luton, departing from platform 4. Passengers for St Albans City, Luton and Bedford, your next fastest direct service is now expected to be the 10:16 to Bedford via Luton Airport Parkway, departing from platform 4. Platform 4 for the 10:14 Thameslink service to St Albans City. This train is formed of 8 coaches, calling at London St Pancras International, Kentish Town, West Hampstead Thameslink, Cricklewood, Hendon, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Bournemwood, Radlett and St Albans City. First class accommodation is not available on the train. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform 4 for the 10:11 Thameslink service to Peterborough. This train is formed of 12 coaches calling at London St Pancras International, Finsbury Park, Stevenage, Hitchin, Halsey, Biggleswade, Sandy, St Neots, Huntingdon and Peterborough. First class accommodation is at the front of the train. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform A for the 13:32 Thameslink service to Raynham. This train is formed of 8 coaches calling at Farringdon, City Thameslink, London Blackfriars, London Bridge, Bedford, Greenwich, Maze Hill, Westcombe Park, Charlton, Woolwich Arsenal, Plumstead, Abbey Wood, Slade Green, Dartford, Stone Crossing, Greenhithe, Swanscombe, Northfleet, Gravesend, Higham, Strood, Rochester, Chatham, Gillingham and Raynham. First class accommodation is not available on the train. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform A for the 13:45 Thameslink service to Horsham. This train is formed of 12 coaches calling at Farringdon, City Thameslink, London Blackfriars, London Bridge, East Croydon, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Cork, Highfield, Littlehaven and Horsham. This train will not be calling at Coulston South, Merston, Redhill and Hawley today. This is due to a late running train being in front of this one. First class accommodation is at the front of the train. Customers are reminded to mark the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform A for the 14:12 Thameslink service to Sutton via Wimbledon. This train is formed of 8 coaches calling at Farringdon, City Thameslink, London Blackfriars, Elephant and Castle, Loughborough Junction, Herne Hill, Tulse Hill, Streatham, Tooting, Hayden's Road, Wimbledon, Wimbledon Chase, South Merton, Morden South, St Helier, Sutton Common, West Sutton and Sutton. First class accommodation is not available on the train. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform A for the 14:17 Thameslink service to Orpington. This train is formed of 8 coaches calling at Farringdon, City Thameslink, London Blackfriars, Elephant and Castle, Denmark Hill, Peckham Rye, Nunhead, Crompton Park, Catford, Bellingham, Beckenham Hill, Ravensbourne, Shortlands, Bromley South, Bickley, Hetswood and Orpington. Platform 2 for the 09:05 Southern service to Portsmouth and Southsea. Calling at Chichester, Fishbourne, Bosham, Nutbourne, Southbourne, Emsworth, Warblington, Havant, Bedhampton, Hilsea, Fratton and Portsmouth and Southsea. This train is formed of 3 coaches. Platform 2 for the 09:37 Great Western Railway service to Great Malvern. Calling at Chichester, Havant, Cosham, Fareham, Southampton Central, Romsey, Salisbury, Warminster, Westbury, Trowbridge, Bradford on Avon, Avon-Cliff, Freshford, Bath Spa, Oldfield Park, Keynsham, Bristol Temple Meads, Filton Abbey Wood, Bristol Parkway, Yate, Cam and Dursley, Cheltenham Spa, Ashchurch, Worcester Shrub Hill, Worcester Foregate Street, Malvern Link and Great Malvern. This train is formed of 3 coaches. Platform 0 for the 14:57 Great Western Railway service to Redhill. Calling at Reigate, Dorking Digby, Godshall, Chilworth, Shalford, Guildford, Ash, Northcap, Farnborough North, Blackwater, Sandhurst, Crowthorne, Woking and Redhill. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
Platform 7 for the 12:31 Thameslink service to Cambridge. This train is formed of 8 coaches, calling at Potter's Bar, Hatfield, Welwyn Garden City, Welwyn North, Knebworth, Stevenage, Hitchin, Letchworth Garden City, Baldock, Ashwell and Morden, Royston, Meldreth, Shepworth, Foxton and Cambridge. Due to a short platform, passengers for Meldreth should board the front 4 coaches. First class accommodation is at the front of the train. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform 8 for the 12:33 Great Northern service to Welwyn Garden City. This train is formed of 6 coaches, calling at Alexandra Palace, New Southgate, Oakley Park, New Barnet, Hadley Wood, Potter's Bar, Brookman's Park, Welwyn Green, Hatfield and Welwyn Garden City. Due to a short platform, passengers for Brookman's Park should board the front 5 coaches. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding.
Platform 2 for the 12:47 South Western Railway service to Guildford. Calling at Ashstead, Leatherhead, Bookham, Effingham Junction, Horsley, Clandon, London Road and Guildford. This train is formed of 10 coaches. Platform 2 for the 12:52 South Eastern service to Dover Priory. This train is formed of 7 coaches, calling at Bromley South, St Mary Cray, Swanley, Farningham Road, Longfield, Mepham, Sole Street, Rochester, Chatham, Gillingham, Raynham, Sittingbourne, Faversham, Canterbury East and Dover Priory. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform 2 for the 13:13 London Overground service to Dalston Junction. Calling at Peckham Rye, Queen's Road Peckham, Surrey Quays, Canada Water, Rotherhithe, Wapping, Shadwell, Whitechapel, Shoreditch High Street, Hoxton, Haggerston and Dalston Junction. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. The next train to arrive at platform 3 will be the 13:17 Thameslink service to London Blackfriars. This train is formed of 8 coaches, calling at Elephant and Castle and London Blackfriars. Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when boarding. Platform 1 for the 13:25 Southern service to Epsom Downs. Calling at Selhurst, West Croydon, Wadden, Wallington, Carshalton Beeches, Sutton, Belmont, Banstead and Epsom Downs. This train is formed of 8 coaches. The next train to depart from platform 18 will be the 14:36 Southern service to Bognor Regis and Southampton Central via Horsham. Calling at Clapham Junction, East Croydon, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Crawley and Horsham, where the train divides. Passengers for Christ's Hospital, Billingshurst, Pulborough, Amberley, Arundel, Thorpe, Barnham and Bognor Regis should travel with the rear 4 coaches of the train. Passengers for Barnham, Chichester, Southbourne, Emsworth, Hammond, Cosham, Porchester, Fareham, Swanage The next train to depart from platform 70 will be the 1451 Southern service to
East Grinstead.
calling at Clapham Junction, East Croydon, Somerstead, Redhill, Upper Warning, Walling, Oxted, Hurstbury, Lincoln, Dormans, and
East Grinstead.
this train is formed of 12 coaches. Due to short platforms, passengers for Redhill and Walling should board the front 9 coaches. Passengers for Lincoln and Dormans should board the front 8 coaches. Platform 70 for the 1451 Southern service to
East Grinstead.
The next train to depart from platform 9 will be the 1550 Southern service to London Bridge. Calling at Battersea Park, Clapham Junction, Wandsworth Common, Balham, Streatham Hill, West Norwood, Gypsy Hill, Crystal Palace, Sydney, Forest Hill, Honor Oak Park, Brockley, New Cross Gate, and London Bridge. This train is formed of 10 coaches. Due to short platforms, passengers for West Norwood and Sydenham should board the front 8 coaches. Platform 9 for the 1550 Southern service to London Bridge.